Do I keep this baby? Should I tell my parents? Should I do abortion? How about adoption? Good day everyone, I am Angel May Saguin from BE Ed Edoc 1. Do you ever wonder when we are kids? Usually girls playing dolls and treated like a baby. But that's not how easily to take care of a real baby. When we heard the word teenage pregnancy, there's a lot of thoughts that will quickly pop up to our mind, and most of it are negative thoughts. If you are one of these teenagers who experience teenage pregnancy, you yourself would be ready to accept consequences, judgments, rumors, and negative feedback about the people that surrounds you. According to the World Health Organization, every year an estimated 21 million girls aged 15 to 19 years old become pregnant in developing regions, and approximately 12 million of them give birth. At least 777,000 births occur to adolescents younger than 15 years old in developing countries. The estimated global adolescent-specific fertility rate has declined by 11.6% over the past 20 years. There are, however, big differences in rates across the region. The adolescent fertility rates in East Asia, for example, 7.1, whereas the corresponding rates in Central Africa is 129.5. According to the University of British Columbia, teenage pregnancy refers to the female adolescent who become pregnant at the age of 13 to 19 years old. These young females have not yet reached the adulthood, and the causes of teenage pregnancy vary greatly. These teenagers engage in sexual activity and become pregnant intentionally or unintentionally. Many times, these teens are regarded as selfish, apathetic, immoral by the general population regardless to the teen's invention of getting pregnant. So teenage pregnancy has its causes and effect. But first, we will tackle the causes of teenage pregnancy. In some cultures, customs and traditions lead to early marriage, which would lead to early pregnancy. In these cases, teenage pregnancy is acceptable and is most often intentional. However, they are occurring in developing countries such as India and Sub-Saharan Africa. The second is the drugs and alcohol. During adolescence, teenagers may drink and experiment drugs frequently with their friends at social gatherings and in parties. Teens do not realize how is the impact of the drugs and alcohol to the functioning of their brain. Low socioeconomic status. Teens who become pregnant came from the families with low socioeconomic status. Growing up, these children came from the families who are suffering poverty and do not have all the necessary resources to raise their child. Peer pressure and sexual abuse. Peer pressure is another major cause of sexual abuse. Often, females may be pressured or forced by an older partner to engage in sexual activity. It may be also prevalent in different form, while in a relationships, adolescents may be pressured by their partner. Media influence. The media has a large impact or effect on teenage pregnancy, especially shows such as Teen Moms and 16 Pregnant. These shows glamorize pregnancy and hide the true hardships associated with pregnancy, which encourage teens to become pregnant. If we have the causes of teenage pregnancy, so now let's have the effects of it. Due to becoming pregnant during adolescence, teen mothers are very likely to drop out to schools, and because of their low of ambitions and dedications to getting an education. These young mothers are unable to fully develop a sense of self-identity because to their new role as an expecting mother. Peer and social relationships are strained, or even and 10 years are essentially for developing relationships with others and discovering oneself. Pursuing this further, teen mothers are often strained for resources and social support from the father of the child. In some cases, the teen father will remain present throughout the process, and in others, the fathers will not. If the father remains present, this is often high relationship tension and dissatisfaction because of the lack of the financial resources. If the father remains present, there is often high relationship tension and dissatisfaction because of the lack of financial resources, support, and childcare which would be needed. There is an increased conflict which may lead to breakups, leaving the mother a single parent, or even violence with the relationship. Due to the lack of financial resources, these young mothers often do not get prenatal checkups or regular checkups for their developing child, and thus they are unaware of any health concern about the child. Many of these teen mothers are not healthy enough. Many of these teen mothers are not healthy enough. Thus, they have the higher risk for obstructed labor, and also these young women often undergo unsafe abortion, which lead to the death of many young females and their unborn child. Due to all of these factors, teen mothers may end up developing depression after alienated from their friends and family. These symptoms of depression increase the chances of teen mothers committing suicide. The effect of this to the child. The child of a teen mother is very likely to live in poverty because the mother's lack of financial resources. The children are often to suffer health risks and susceptible behavioral issues. The children are likely to be born underweight and prematurely, which is detrimental to their health and may even result in infant mortality. So I will give you an example. Mary Rose, a friend of mine who got pregnant at the age of 15. In her case, she was lack of guidance by her parents because her mother is working in Kuwait and her father didn't pay attention to take care of them. So that she got pregnant because she entered early relationship and doing the unprotected sex. Jemary, also a friend of mine who got pregnant at the age of 14. In her case, she always disobeyed the rule of her parents, and also she was influenced by her friends to do the unnecessary things, and also she entered early relationship and doing the unprotected sex. To prevent all of these things and not to be sure to get pregnant is not to have a sexual intercourse. Proper use of condoms, birth control pills, and birth control sponge can also keep you from getting pregnant. I will leave you a quotation. Being a mother is learning about strengths you didn't know you had and dealing with fears you didn't know existed. So, thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something.